But I did see us as like kind of a sick care system rather than a healthcare system. So you have people coming in and, but they are treating long-term illnesses, and that is brilliant. And like medicines are absolutely fantastic, and they have saved so many lives. But I was very much interested in the preventative health aspect of things, even 20 odd years ago. We're now seeing all of that coming to the fore right now. So when people were coming into the pharmacy, I qualified in 2003. So this was like 2 years after the Women's Health Initiative study came out, which was a study that basically linked HRT to breast cancer. HRT prescribing fell off a cliff. An entire generation of women did without any kind of form of HRT support. Menopause wasn't really discussed, and I had women coming into the pharmacy tearing their fucking hair out. Literally going, I do not know what is wrong with me. I want to stab my husband for just breathing in the same room as me. I'm so irritable with my kids. I don't want sex anymore. My vagina's dry. What is wrong with me? And I couldn't give them anything. I had nothing to give them because they weren't being prescribed HRT because it really generally wasn't being given out, only by very small select doctors who actually, one of them said to me, because I learned how to read a scientific paper, and actually if you'd read that properly, you would have realised that actually that study was completely flawed the way it was presented. So then I had nothing really to give them OTC wise. Like, there was a few things OTC, but I had nothing really to give them. So I used to send them around to the health food store because they did like some functional mushroom powders, and they did, like maybe some ashwagandha. We didn't really sell stuff like that in the pharmacy back then, even though pharmacists were the traditional alchemists, and we did all those herbal remedies. Kind of pharma took over, and the double-blind clinical trials came over, and that's brilliant. And we were dispensing all of those medicines, which is really important for health, and it's really important those clinical trials were done, of course. But as a result, then we, I suppose, lost the wisdom with herbal medicines and things like that, which can be very beneficial just from a day-to-day living, not necessarily like treating illness, but just day-to-day preventative health and just making yourself feel better holistically. So I used to send people around to the health food store, and they'd come in with bags to me then, and I developed a really good relationship with the health food store, because then they'd send people around to me that had bought stuff going, I'm on this medication, can I take it with these products? And, so I really learned a lot from the people on the shop floor, from my customers. That's where I learned all my skills. That's where I did all my customer research, because, I remember going to people and saying, I have this idea for these functional mushroom supplements, and they're like, well, where's your market research? And I'm like, well, I just know because I'm like talking to women for the last, 12 years, and they're like, oh no, you need to go out and like spend loads of money on market research. So I didn't, but I didn't. I knew there was something if I could get the formulas right. So I went about doing the R&D in the formulas. I just like tinkered around for years and years, like, breastfeeding babies and in and out of labs and stuff like that. And then I finally got them right.